Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with TP-Link. Today's host is Vincent Tu. He is their product manager, and he will be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to submit them in the question box, and Vincent will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Vincent, I'm finished for now. Thank you so much for being with us today. You can go ahead and take it on over.
All right, Julie, and thank you very much for your introductions. And thank you, everyone, for having your time with being with me. And my name is Vincent Tu, and I'm the product manager in TP-Link. And on this page, there's my email address. So after the presentation, if you have any more questions, you can free to submit an email to me. And today, our topic is going to update of our latest SMB product, and especially on the long-range PoE switch and the software-defined network solutions. The software-defined network solution is the first time we publicly announced to everyone, and I believe that you're going to be very interested about that. Okay. So first of all, I would like to briefly just refresh our product switching product line, that what TP-Link is doing right now in the network switches, and what is the special for the long-range network switches and upcoming Omada SDN software-defined network products. So first of all, let's refresh that what TP-Link is doing right now for the switches. We do have 4 categories of the switches. That is from the unmanagement switches. Although it is called unmanagement, we still put some features on that, including the QoS and IGMP snooping. It is very good for security, especially for the security, the camera, that if you had a video going through the network and you want to keep all the QoS information from end to end. You don't want to sacrifice the QoS tag missing in some cheap unmanaged switch, and we do provide the QoS and the IGMP features on our unmanaged switch as well. Going forward with the Easy Smart Switch, and we build on top of the QoS and IGMP snooping features. We provide more features, the VLAN features for your network. And most of the time in the business, and over 50% of the feature they're requiring is the VLAN. And our Easy Smart Switch can fulfill that kind of need. And further than that, other than VLAN features, and it has the basic bandwidth control, and it has the troubleshooting cable diagnostic. So you don't have to go the scene and see where the cable is broken, and the switch can just tell you. And adding on top of those features, we put more features in the smart switches. The smart switch is adding on the features on the voice VLAN. When you plug in your voice phone, and the switch is going to recognize it is a phone, so it can get you a better priority in the traffic, so you have a better voice quality, of course. And at the same time, we put more advanced L2 features, such as LLDP, and L3 features, such as static routing and ACL. Beyond that, we add in more traffic monitoring and control in the switches, and it is categorized as a managed switch. And on the managed switch, there's additional benefit is that we add on the console port. So it is an auto bank control to your switch, and you can monitoring and shaping your traffic with the managed switch. And all, all of our TP-Link switches are very good for the access layer, act as an access layer switch, and they have the very powerful security features, and they do have the very powerful ACL features. And all of the switches, it comes with the non-PoE models, and it comes with the PoE models as well, and from 4 ports to 48 ports. And here is our best-selling PoE switches, and 3 of them are the best sellers: T1500G 10PS, T26G 28 MPS, and T1600G and 52 PS. For the T1500G 10 PS, it is something special in our product line of the switches. It has a very beautiful front panel, and all the connectors are in the backside. Also the power plug. So it is very easy to put it into the MDU unit, so you can have all the cable in one side and the display panel in the other side. And at the same time, it provides the PoE, the power to other device, and there's no fan when you put it in the wall or you put in front of the AV center. There's no noise. The other 2 are higher port, the 24 ports and 48 ports of the PoE, and T2600G 28 MPS are the fully managed switch, and it provides 24 port connections, and it have very high PoE budget on 384 watts. At the same time, that T1600G 52 PS has the same PoE budget, 384 watts, compared to the T26G 28 MPS, but it has more connection. You can connect up to 48 devices at the same switch. Okay, speaking about the PoE switch, one of the most important thing when you are choosing the PoE switch, other than the number of the ports, and you're going to consider how much power this PoE switch is going to provide. So in TP-Link's website and our data sheet, we always say straightly that how many ports of those PoE switches provide the PoE feature, and what is the overall power that our switch can provide. We call it the PoE budget. And some of the other vendors that they just mark up that what is the total consumption of their switch, and you have to just calculate by yourself, just minus the power consumption required by their switch, and then you can figure out what is the total PoE budget. We're just telling you the straightforward. So when you see upon those tables, we put it a PoE budget. That is all your PoE device can consume. Okay. So other than the standard switch that we provide, now we provide the new categories of the switch. We all know that AO2.3 standard switch can provide up to 100 meters of the connections. If you want to connect the distance more than 100, then you have to put another switch in the middle. But how about the PoE? If I don't have the power source in the middle, and even I can put a switch there, what about the power? And it is challenging. So we newly designed one of the long distance of the PoE switch, and it can break through the 100-meter limitation and expand it to 250 meters. On the 200 end of the 250 meters, and you can have the data as well as the PoE plus the 25 watts supply with no problem. So, but the trade-off is that the speed has to limit to take 10 megabits per second. But this kind of speed is good enough for most of the IP camera and the phone. But it is very easy for the deployment, especially for the bigger warehouse. This special switch is an unmanaged switch. And on top of the unmanagement, we provide the hardware deep switch. So you can choose it, which port is going to have higher priority. So, and the other ports have lower priority. It is designed for the video or the voice communications. At the same time, there are 2 gigabit uplink port. You can just connect it with the copper wire to your servers, or if the distance is kind of far away, you can just use the SFP connecting the fiber to your server. Okay, why the long range switch is good for you? In the market, we saw that there are so many solutions, not only 100 meters, 250 meters, there's more than that, 300 meters, 450 meters, 500 meters, and more. But they are all based on the different technologies. One of the very significant difference is that some using the modulation technology, and we're using the baseband technology. The 10 base T or 100 base T are all standard technology. Our long range switch is based on 10 base T technology. It is a baseband, and if you're using the modulation technology, and of course the distance is going to be far away, and the problem is that in both ends you have to use the same device, and in most of the time when you use the modulated technology, even adding the power on top of it, it is kind of proprietary design. So you have to have the same model in both ends to demodulate and to receive the power descending from the source. But for the standard PoE and 10 base T design, and you don't have to have the decoder or the power source receiver in the other end. You can directly plug into your camera or your phone, and it will work. The other possibility to longer the range is that you use a different cable. We know that the shielded cable or unshielded twisted pair cable, that is one of the solution. The other one solution is the coaxial cable. But the challenge for the coaxial cable is that how you can add the power on top of that. Some of the solutions provide that the power over the coaxial cable, but it's still the proprietary standard. Our long range switch is based on 10 base T standard, and the original standard was based on Cat3 and Cat5 cable. And if you can upgrade your cable, reality is that most of the new building design using the Cat5e or Cat6 cable, if your network cable fulfilled with the Cat5e or Cat6 cable with our long range switch, and you can reach up to 250 meters with no problem. Right now, at today, you can order the 16th switch. The model number is TLSL1218MP. It is available right now. And we're going to have 5-port, 9-port, and 26 ports of the switch has the same capability as well. And why is 5, 9, 18, and 26? Because we designed the uplink ports inside. Most of the deployment for the NVR, they comes with the 4-channel, 8-channel, 16-channel, and 24-channel. If you want to utilize all the channels with your monitoring, you're going to have the 4-camera, 8-camera, or 16 or 24 cameras. But how about the uplink? So we thought about that, and we built up additional uplink port there. And for even more on the 16-port and 24 ports, we provide both solutions. You can choose the copper uplink, or you can choose the fiber uplink. 16-port product is available right now, and other products is going to be available in next quarter. More than that, if in the end device that it is not the PoE device, how can I do it? Even though we extend to 250 meters, and how can I power my device? We do have others. The PoE splitter can work with our long-range PoE switch. That is, the model number is TL-PoE 10R, and it can provide selectable 5, 9, or 12 volt output. So even though it is a non-PoE device, you can use the splitter to be powered by on the remote end. That is about our PoE switch and refresh of our TP-Link switches. And next going on, I'm going to introduce our SND products, software-defined networks. Originally, we do have the family name Omada as a business Wi-Fi solutions, because we do provide the access points and the controller to provide the business need for the wireless connections. And why we rephrase our system as a SND product, because we receive a lot of the customer requests that I don't want only see our wireless network, I want to see our network as well. So we're going to include the switches and routers into the single panel glass control, so you can very easily to have a overall control for your all networks. Starting from the Omada system we have right now, we do have the wireless access point provide a wireless connection to the client. We have the 11N, 11AC, 2x2, and 3x3. What about the more higher speed? We do have solution. I will just introduce to you later on. And for the system right now, we do have the controller to control all the access points. And you can download the software. It is free. You can prepare your own system that you can control up to 500 of the access points. Or you don't want to bother to buy a server to set it up, you can just buy a simple cloud control box, and it can control up to 50 of the access points. And once your system is set it up, and you want to constantly monitor your system, once there is a trouble, you want to be noticed, and once you've been noticed, you want to take a look what's happening in the system. So we provide a mobile app. There's no charge at all for your access as well. These are the access points we have right now. All the 11AC access points, they are based on the latest technology, which is 11AC Wave 2 technologies. And it was rated by third-party test lab the best access point in different aspects. Keep going on that TP-Link is going to provide 11AX access point joined into this family. Matching to our 2x2 and 3x3 access point, we're going to have 11AX 1500, AX 1800, and furthermore, we're going to have tri-band AX 2700 to enhance the connections. Why we choose the 11AX over the 11AC 4x4? Because the 11AX protocol is the latest protocol. It can span your bandwidth bigger, as well as service the more users by enhance the latest version of the AMU MIMO. It was not available in 11AC. As mentioned, that a lot of customers is requiring that we want to see, we want to have better visibility to our network, not only the wireless. So we're going to add the switches and the routers in the control of the same controller. So you can enjoy the same easy management features to all the devices in your network. We're going to have 3 switches going into this family, and 2 are 8-port switch. One has a 4-port PoE, and one has all 8-port PoE, and they're just in different cost considerations. And the other one is the 24-port switch PoE, and they're going to be available in next quarter, pretty soon. That is all about our product updates. And once again, just we trust our quality, and in the statistics of the last few years, that our return rate is always under 1%. We are very confident on our products, and so therefore we provide you the access point, the switch, and routers, the business class with the limited lifetime warranty. I believe that you can enjoy the powerful, the good quality as well. And if there's any question on the product, you just ask us, and we're going to respond to you. Okay, so that is today's presentation, and I'm going to hand it over back to Julie. And if you have any questions, you can just let me know.
Thank you very much, Vincent. We enjoyed that presentation. And yes, I do have a couple questions here for you. Let me go ahead and get started with this first one. Regarding the switches, do they all come with the TP-Link AC adapter, or can we use a third-party AC adapter in case it fails?
Okay, so we have external power switch and internal power switch. Internal power switch can take in the AC power directly. The voltage range is 100 volt up to 240, so it is worldwide compatible. You don't have to have another different adapter. For the adapter itself, all the switches comes with the AC power adapter, and the AC range is the same, 100 to 240.
Thank you, Vincent. Next question here for you. For the total consumption that you mentioned, is there a place that customers could check, or is there a link that they could go to check on their total consumption?
Sure, of course. We just put the consumption of the switch itself and the PoE budget separately. So you can just sum it up. It is the total power consumption that it is also important when you plan for your network. So we provide both numbers on our specifications is online under each model.
Thank you, Vincent. Next question here for you. You may have mentioned this. Can you talk about the warranty, how long it is, and what does it cover?
Okay, so for all the SMB product, not all, most of the SMB product, for example, the switch, the router, the wireless access point, we provide the limited lifetime warranty. What do I mean the limited? If you are hammering this the device, then we're not going to responsible for that. But for the normal usage, you can if there's any problem caused by the product, you can just return us. We do our warranty. For the outdoor products, outdoor access points, outdoor CPE, we provide the 2 years warranty.
Thank you, Vincent. Next question. If a customer has to return an item for repair, for example, where would they send it?
The customer is going to send it back to the original seller. And if you have any other question that you cannot find your original seller, you can just contact with us. We will find the way for you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Can you tell us a little bit about where your product is manufactured?
Okay. Most of our product still made in China, and we do have the new manufacturer facility in Vietnam because of tariff, and so we're going to keep our costs very competitive.
Thank you, Vincent. Last question here for you. Regarding hours of operation, if we at Microcom Technologies or any customer has to reach out to TP-Link, I see that your business hotline is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Is that what we need to keep in mind for your hours of operation?
Okay. So for the, of course, you can send us the email 24 hours. For the support line, that we have the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We do have the person there. And for the VIP support, and there's another line when you are being one of our partner. And in the earlier slide, you have my email, so you can contact through any one of the channels.
Excellent. That's good information to know. Vincent, thank you so much for answering all of those questions for us today. And also, thank you to everyone for attending today's webinar. And if you have any further questions, obviously, please call your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And please remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel. So if you'd like to view this again, of course you can. Vincent, thank you so much for your time and all of your valuable information for us today. We appreciate it very much. Everybody have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much, Julie.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.